Yo, what's going on? To be your boy Sketch Almighty. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing. Um, in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to gain stage. With gain staging, it helps you level out your sounds within your mix, so you're not clipping when it gets to the master. You won't. You have headroom to work with. So let me just show you. Let me show you. Okay. All right. So I have all these sounds. I was gonna use this beat for something, but I never used it. So I just took all the effects off, and put everything back at 0 dB. So when you're doing gain staging, what you're doing is you're keeping the sounds at a certain level, and then later on you're keeping the sounds at a certain level, then later on you're making it to where you have enough headroom from -6 dB to 0, because when you get to the master, you're going to turn it up to the point to where it's right at the max you wanted, right below 0, and you can still have a good sounding song without it distorting anywhere within your mix. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that real quick. So I have this beat that I'm playing right here. So everything's off, all the effects are gone. Everything's raw. So check it out. I'm gonna put it right here at the drop. If it's loud, I'm sorry. Maybe I should turn it down a little bit. I'm not sure. Let's turn it down. Let's go to louder. Just a little bit right there, I guess. All right. So I don't know what I did. I think I had it somewhere where the ceiling stops or whatever. But yeah, that's coming from the limiter ceiling. So let's get in here. Let's see. All right. So the first thing you want to do is bring up your sequencer. Bring up the sequencer, and then you have all your sounds, right? You have all your sounds, and you have them put to where you want in the mixer. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna set certain sounds to a certain level and volume, and that way we can adjust from there. So let's see, this is my sample loop that I made. Alright, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this on solo, this too, just in case. Alright, and then I'm going to go to a certain part where the beat is busy, because we're gonna do each part like that. So I'm gonna loop this, and then oops, not that one. Loop this one. Alright, so now that it's looped, here we go. Alright, so right here, it's playing about at 6 dB, but it jumps up to about 2 dB, 2 or 3 dB. So on here, I'm gonna turn the effect back on for this one. No, not the effect, sorry. I'm gonna go here, back to the sequencer, and bring this out so I can see. Alright, so got the sequencer, and I want to bring this down to about 12 dB. right? So I know that at 12 dB, this is where my sample loop is at. So I can go ahead and copy the value, paste the value on the rest of my samples. So we'll start there. This is the start of the gain staging. So now, when it comes to the, let's bring this up. All right, so when it comes to the, let's get to the choir. So, go to the choir. I have to go to this. Okay, same thing. Let's bring it down. Keep this at like a 14 since it's pretty loud. Alright, then you have our bells. So we got our bells, and we're gonna go ahead and grab on the sequencer, and they're not too loud. A 7, bring it down to a 7. On here it shows that they're peaking at like 13. So that. Now, bring this up. Alright. So what is this? Oh, I think I've changed it for the 808. There you go, 808. Alright, so we got our 808. Where is that hitting at? It's at 6. That's English. Okay. Actually, it's at. Either way, we're gonna bring it down to 12. So with the sequencer, I like to keep my 808s and subs at 12. There you go. Alright. The rest of these, I'm gonna put them at about 10. Now when you're gain staging your value, the volume of your sounds, of your drum pattern and your samples or your bells or whatever, you're basically setting it to a point to where the sounds are at certain levels to where they can play. One's going to be sound louder than the other, but you don't want that to overpower the next sound. So you're basically keeping things at a decent level to where you can hear everything without anything overpowering anything. And this is what you do before you start EQing or compressing anything, so you can know what level your sound was at and where you liked it at before you start actually doing all the magic work. So I know I have like this snare. This is like a second snare. I don't need it as loud as the main snare, but I want it, just close. The hi-hat, the open hat, keep it like a 10. This is something I do. You don't have to keep it as put it on the same level as mine, but this is where these are the levels I aim for when it comes to gain staging on my sounds. The only things I don't really gain stage is really the vocals, the vocal samples. They're not like a full sample or somebody singing or rapping. I just leave it at what it is and turn it down in the mixer. So let's start bringing in the kicks and stuff. All right. So I got the kick, snare, open hi-hat, crash, and then we got that. So now what I do is I send my sounds to a main bus. So that way, I know what levels these are sitting at, but in the main bus as a collective together, I can see where the whole thing is sitting at as a collective. That way, these can sound good together alone, but together they'll be louder, and that way I can turn them down right here on the mixer. So it's the same thing I have with the 808. I had sub just in case I changed something up. Then I have the main instrument, same thing. I can just turn them down, right? So let's go here. Once you get to this point where now you want to start EQing your kick or adding effects to it, I have here the effects turned on, and this Fruity Peak controller, it was used as the side change, the 808. I think I'm gonna take this off. I used to do that, but I don't do that anymore. So, as you can see, when I turn the effects off and on, I'm sorry, I was trying to show you guys something. When I turn the effects on and off, you can hear how it's affecting the 808. Look, with it off, the 808 goes down. With it on, the 808 picks up. So you gotta be careful when you're adding these effects because that's what initially happens. So let me just take this off and redo it to show you guys something. Alright, so like I said, I want my 808 to sit at 12. So I could easily go in here, turn it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be exactly on point with 12, but that's exactly where I want it. Alright, now take I got parameter EQ. Now I'm ready to EQ my 808. Now I have this little clicking sound. I think it's right about here in this area. I want to take that out, so I'm gonna go to, is it high pass? Oh, my bad. We're gonna go to low pass. I'm sorry. Bring that back. All right. So see how it went down? It was sitting at 12 and it went down a little bit just off of that. Let me get a steep 6 and then make it a high pass. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to take out the low frequencies that most speakers don't even pick up. So about like 28 to 30. I'm gonna put like a 30. All right. See now. The sound picked up. Bring this out a little bit. The sound picked up. Now, what I would do is, this is the main level of the EQ. I want to bring this down until it's back at 12. All right. So now I know after the EQ, my volume is remaining the same. Now I want my 808 to hit harder. I want to grab pressure. Sorry if that blew out your ears, but I got Camera Crusher. I like using this plugin. It adds more to the 808 and my kicks. So I'm gonna turn this down now. See how I turned it up again? Now that it's turned up, you want to bring it back down with volume. Alright, now we're back at 12 again. Now, my 808 is done. It sounds good to me. Now I'm gonna move on to like the kicks. All right. So we got a kick. It's the same situation. Let's go ahead and default that. So. Here's back. Again, I'm taking out any frequencies that I don't need at the low end. This is a kick, so it's not. It doesn't need to fight with the sub bass. Turn this Camel Crusher off on it. All right. Now I want this kick. I want it to sit at around 11 dB. So go back here, bring it up. So it's sitting at 11 dB. Not even 11, I think I'm gonna go for 10. I just wanted to poke out from behind enough from behind the sub so it's not being drowned out. Alright. Then I forgot to turn the EQ off, so let's bring it back down. So, with the EQ, turn it down, see how it's dropping, bring it back up. Alright, now, same thing with Camel Crusher. Want the Camel Crusher to do its thing. Back down. And the whole point of it is to keep it under negative 6 dB. So when it's done being mixed, it can get put into the mastering session, and then it won't be clipping at the end of everything. Everything will sound good. Now, you're gonna do the same thing with everything else. You're gonna go through them and put them at a certain level that you think is good and decent, and at the end of it all, see how the levels are, and if they're good, then you know you have a good balanced mix. There's more to go into it with the also with EQing and reverb and all that stuff. So when you're doing this gain staging, all you're doing is trying to set everything to a certain level. If you ever notice your mix, like, dang, this sounds louder than this, I can't, how come this is louder than that? You can EQ and do things all you want, but sometimes you're killing the sound, you're suffocating certain sounds when you take out a lot of stuff with the EQing, or maybe you're trying to compress something, you're compressing too hard. Sometimes you just gotta level out the mix. Sometimes leveling out the mix with gain staging, you don't have to do too much. You just have to maybe enhance a few things here and there, but then bring them back to the level you want them at. When you get to the master is what brings out the elements and the little tweaks here and there. So if I play just like the kick, the 808, and then add in these sounds. Tell that the 808 kick sound better than these sounds right here because I haven't done anything with it. try to take advantage of gain staging. I'm pretty sure, 100% positive and confident that it'll make a lot of your mixes sound way better. Especially when you're going in and making beats. For you guys that are producers, for rappers, it's a little bit more. You might have to go to your interface and set to a certain level, and then when you get to the mic, stand at a certain distance to keep it at a good, decent level. But overall, I hope this helps. Be your boy Sketch. Again, we're at 900 subscribers, on our way to 1,000. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Hit all notifications so you can get all notifications whenever I drop a video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.